Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Tega. If you are new on my channel, you're very welcome. If you've been on my channel before and you're back again, thank you so much for coming. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a cowl neck top. So let's just get started. First of all, make sure the pattern paper you're going to be using will accommodate all the measurements. So you want to lay it on the table. For a cowl neck top, you want to start by working on the back panel first before we transfer what is on the back panel to the front panel. You want to start with the shoulder measurement. I'm working on the shoulder measurement 16 inches divided by 2, 8 inches. So I've marked 8 inches there, and you want to add half an inch sewing allowance to it. You want to move to the neck width. You need 3 inches for the width of your neck and 2 inches for the neck depth. So 2 inches for the neck depth and 3 inches for the width of the neck. From the half an inch sewing allowance shoulder line, you want to come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Mark 1 inch for your shoulder slope and connect it to the 3 inches neckline. So you want to grab your ruler and just draw that line. So that gives you the shoulder slope. Then you can connect the neck together, the width right down to the neck depth, and that forms the neckline for your back pattern. Next is your bust line measurement from the shoulder line. I'm taking 10 inches for this. Whatever your bust line measurement is, mark it. Some people it's 11 inches. So you want to mark it and draw a straight line across. Once that is completed, you want to take your armhole measurement. I'm working with the armhole of 18 inches. So half of 18 inches is 9 inches. Whatever your armhole measurement is, divide it by 2 and make the marking. Now connect with a straight line. Next, you want to take your shoulder to waistline measurement. So I'm taking 17 inches from my shoulder to waistline measurement. Once you finish marking it, use your ruler and draw a straight line. After that, you want to take your shoulder to hip line measurement. That's the next. So I'm taking 24 inches for my shoulder to hip line measurement. So whatever you want to take, you can take it. You can take 22, 23, 24 inches. Well, I'm taking 24 inches. And after that, I want to add 1 inch for my hem allowance. So you want to add 1 inch for your hem allowance, or you can add 1.5, whatever you feel comfortable taking. So that's 1 inch hem allowance. So you want to draw a line as well. You want to start taking your horizontal measurement. I'll start with the bust line. So you want to divide your bust circumference by 4. Once you make the marking, then you add 1.5 inches ease allowance and half an inch sewing allowance. This top is not going to have a zip, so I want it to be a bit loose so it's wearable. Now your waist circumference divided by 4. Add 1.5 inch for ease and half an inch sewing allowance. Then you move on to your hip line as well. Your hip circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5 ease and half an inch sewing allowance. And once that is done, I'm gonna come up by 2 inches because I don't want the top to be straight on the side. You want it to be curvy. You come up by 2 inches on the side. You can make the curve before you had your hem allowance, but in my case I didn't do that. Now you want to start connecting all the dots together. You connect the bust line to the waistline and the waistline to the hip line, and it forms your blouse. Don't forget your waistline isn't sharp, so make sure it's a bit curvy like that when you're cutting it. So I'm gonna come down to the hemline and connect the side curve to my hemline. Before adding the 1-inch hem allowance, I could have curved it out first, then I can add the 1-inch hem allowance. So I've gone on the hemline to connect the curve. So that's a bit of a reduction in the length of my blouse. Like somehow I've lost an inch. I can always add that if I want, but I've decided to leave it the way it is because the blouse is long enough for me. So you want to curve yours out before you add your 1-inch hem allowance. Like I said, you can always add your 1-inch, hem allowance again. There's room for that, but I've decided to leave mine the way it is. Now you want to connect your armhole to your bust line to form the sleeveless. As this is a sleeveless cowl top, I'm not adding any sleeve. And once that is done, you're ready to cut out your back panel for your cowl top. Grab your scissors and start cutting. In order for us to draft our front panel, we're going to be working on the back panel first. So you want to grab your tape measure, and from your shoulder line you want to come down by 11 inches and make a marking, especially at the edge of the paper. And you want to grab a ruler and you want to make a slant line up to the armhole. So I'm going to be drawing the line now and connecting it right to the end of the armhole there, as you can see. So you want to follow exactly what I'm doing here. So you want to grab your ruler and make sure the line is slant. Once that is completed, you want to grab your scissors and cut, and make sure you don't cut it completely. You have to leave half an inch uncut. You want to open it up as much as you can. The more you open it up, the more the cowl will form. So you need a fresh paper for your front panel. So you place this panel on the fresh paper and you open it up as wide as you can. I can extend it as much as I want. So now you want to grab your tape measure or your ruler with inches, and from that edge there, as you can see, you want to come up by half an inch. You want to mark half an inch up. Yeah, from that point, and you want to grab your ruler and rule a line across. Make sure your ruler is sitting on the half an inch as well. Once that line is drawn, you should have something like this, and that is her front panel almost ready. Then you move on to the next stage, which is drafting out. You need to transfer the armhole, the bust line, the waistline, the hip. Everything needs to be transferred on the front panel. Make sure it's secure, the pattern is secure. You can apply pins or place an object so the paper doesn't move, because you need to transfer every single measurement accurately on the front panel. No mistake. If you need to use your ruler again and make sure everything is accurate. Like I said, you can apply pins or place an object so the pattern doesn't move around. And once that is done, you want to cut the front panel, and the back panel, you want to put a tape on it like this, so you don't need it to be open anymore because we've cut out our front panel. So you need to place a tape, and here is your back panel back in place. Once that is done, you want to go ahead and cut your fabric. Place your pattern on your fabric and cut out your front and the back panel. Make sure your fabric is unfold. Don't forget there's no zip. Application, there is no button. Take note when cutting that bit of pattern paper. As you can see, it's very pointy, very sharp. On your fabric, make sure it's curved out and not that sharp and pointy. And once you finish cutting, you want to stitch all the stitchables together. And here's the finished look of the top. Very simple, no zip at the back, no side zip, no button, nothing. I recommend you use a lightweight fabric for this project, and if you're using a stretchy fabric, you do not need to add the 1.5 ease allowance that I added when drafting the pattern. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned one or two things in this tutorial. Make sure to leave me a comment, subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you in my next video. But till then, look after yourself and bye for now.